What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Off Rangers podcast. I am your host with the most, DJC Universe, here with the rest of the crew. We are at full capacity today. Everybody is back. We are welcoming back DK Typical _ TV from his cupcake accident last week. Very sorry that happened to him. We got McAllister account back here.
Shut the fuck
Doombot
up.
TV. Super Thought and Beyond Me.
Cupcake my ass.
So last week I promised, and I promised that we would talk about villains, and I lied. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that at all. I'm sorry. Come back to the episode next week. But this episode today we have is a good one. So please do not leave. I want you all to stay with us. We're going to start off our topic talking about would you rather. And our question is, would you rather live in the world of Attack on Titan or the world of God Eater? Now, to start us off, I want to go with you, Super Thought. You've always, you've been on a tear starting us off with that good information. So get us on the right foot, man. Tell me, what are your thoughts?
I'm be honest with you, DJC. There's a handful of things I would rather, there's not a handful of things I would do over not being Attack on Titan. It is the worst fucking thing, the worst existence you could possibly have. In my defense, I had to Google God Eater to see exactly what it was. I would give him credit because this is like a huge variety of monsters. The world is just as messed up. Like giant ones, there's insects, there's like gods. I saw a Digimon with a gun. There's a whole bunch of like random monsters that are really messed up. But I think the main difference is because it seems like the characters in that show have like a lot more individual power, got these big ass godly weapons. So it feels like I have somewhat of a fighting chance. Boy, in Attack on Titan, you're just getting nothing but despair. Nothing but despair. Do you remember the episode where they were hyping up Levi's squad? Eren was like, you know what? I'm gonna trust them. I'm not gonna use my Titan powers. I'm gonna trust them. We're gonna do this. And they got just painted on the forest by a Titan. That's the best of the best. Imagine what John Smith is doing at 3 o'clock in the morning when a meaty ass foot comes crashing through his door. I'm not living that life. If I walk my Attack on Titan, I'm ending my life immediately. Not even a question. Immediately.
You know what? That's a fair point. But before I go to the next person, I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question. And that is, when you think about Attack on Titan, do you think about where it is currently in the manga / anime, or do you think about it in the beginning when they were like, there was no hope. It was over with. Like it was, you might as well honestly just kill yourself. But at least now there's like a semblance of hope. Does that kind of change your opinion?
No. And every time I put myself in this scenario several times. Every time I'm imagining me waking up in a field on episode 1 of Attack on Titan and just immediately thinking of how many ways and how quickly I can kill myself. The fact now it's not any better. It's not. Because now, okay, outside the Titan world, okay, there's no more Titans. Now you got people who are dead set on killing you because they believe you're a demon. And now our only hope is resting on the shoulders of an angsty ass teen with a man bun. No, it's not any better. You're fucked either way. So if I'm going out my own volition. I'm not staying in this Attack on Titan world. Hope is not any better. It's done. It's done.
I can't be mad at that. Doombot TV. How about you?
Well, Mr. President, if you ask me personally, I would say that I'd rather just be in God Eater. I mean, in all honesty, my experience with that universe is not all that bad. I think the worst shit is out the way when Origami first popped up and started killing people. That was when it was probably closest to Attack on Titan. After that, now you just got teenagers with powers running around in tight ass leather, fighting monsters. So I mean, I don't know what's harder than that, but strap me up with some leather, give me a giant anime sword, and call me a God Eater, I guess. Because I'm not letting some naked midget eat me. I can't. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't need to wake up, slip on some ice, look up, and there's the largest Titan staring over me. It's not what I need in my life right now. All right, okay. So
Doombot, I feel like you're ignoring you're hanging on the fact that you're gonna be a God Eater. I saw a lot of emaciated villagers in these villages getting just obliterated by some random animals.
Mm-hmm.
That may be you. Are you still sure?
You're not wrong, but at least I don't have to rely on the Survey Corps, which is a real small organization, because no one else in that entire city knows how to fight a Titan. They see one Titan, they're shitting themselves and running away. At least God Eaters, they have different squads, they have different like ports and whatnot they can deploy.
To be fair, I don't even know if the Survey Corps knows how to fight Titans.
They still die.
Sure
You saw
ain't
what
look
happened
like
it.
with
They're getting
Command. You saw what happened to them last season. We're all gonna go charge and die.
Until like
Yeah.
the current season, the current season is the only time they've ever been like, all right, a Titan doesn't mean nothing to us unless it's a shifter. But before that, it was pretty much, shit, we're
Looking
done.
real bleak.
So that's what God Eater was at the beginning. Now you have, again, angsty teenagers. You know what to do. So I mean, you can become a God Eater. I mean, shit, just give me there. Maybe give me some tight leather. I'll do it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Beyond meaning, what about you?
I can't live in Attack on Titan. I agree with Doombot and Soup for Thought. It's you just can't stay in that world. I'm so sorry. You every day you just wonder like, when are the Titans going to breach the wall? When is I'm going to die? Will I eat a potato today? Will this be my last meal? You don't know. But in God Eater, it does feel like I have a chance. Attack on Titan, it's like I don't have a chance unless I am one of the top 5 protagonists in the whole goddamn series.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like
Get shot by a 12-year-old.
if you're not Levi, if you're not Aaron or one of the shapeshifters, you ain't got nothing.
Quiet.
But in God Eater, you have that chance. You're like, man, I can wear some tights. Maybe I can get a big ass sword and defend myself properly and go out like a man. There you're like, I don't even want to live here. Like, you might as well just like take me now.
Find to the top of the wall and just hop over there.
Jesus. Okay, man. I understand that. And going to the next person, I actually brought up this topic last week. Once again, back from the cupcake accident.
Bro,
DK
I'm gonna
Typical
smack the shit out you.
Happy to have you back, man. Happy to have you back. Glad that the injuries are healed up. Tell us, what are your feelings on this?
Injuries, my ass.
That's what the
I
cupcakes were.
shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
After watching God Eater, like I watched the first season just recently, and like I gave it a chance. I was like, let me just put it on and watch it. And it was really good. Now, being on which one I do not want to live in, there's a lot of factors, but I'm gonna have to go with I would rather live in Attack on Titan, just based off of what I've seen in God Eater, because like you have like in Attack on Titan, you have the chance to be like pretty much like there's walls built around your whole city, which is even though they can be broken in, yes, I understand that. But in God Eater, like either if you're tested whether you can hold a God Eater or not, and if you can't, you're not allowed in to the area. So basically you toss back out into the world where everything can pretty much fucking kill you.
That's a good point.
Off the rip. So I'm gonna have to say, as I wouldn't want to live in God Eater, I'd rather live in Attack on Titan. Because at least I have a chance. I mean, granted, I probably will die eventually still in Attack on Titan.
Not
It'd be a horrible death. It'd be a horrible death. But I mean, I think I have a better chance in Attack on Titan than I do in God Eater.
Fair enough. You know what? You said something I think is important because I don't think the two worlds are that far apart. I know we act like they are and they're not. And the thing about God Eater that gets me really is like in God Eater, the whole world is fucked up. And Attack on Titan, it literally is just Paradise Island.
This is different island.
It's different problem.
It's different island.
Well,
yeah.
aren't the other islands at war?
Yeah, there's different islands. They're all at war.
Yeah,
Aren't they?
so
Yeah.
they're all still at war. You still have a chance of getting. They literally bond people with Titans.
They do, but at the same time, like you know how Attack on Titan, especially this season, they've talked about how because of the advancement in like technology and war, like the age of Titans is slowly starting to like fade.
Yeah.
So I feel like I hate to say this, but in a way, like Attack on Titan 100 years would honestly be a lot better than living in God Eater, because there's an episode of God Eater where they show one of the gods, and they're like, yeah, there's no way we'll ever kill this thing. So there's literally no end in sight for them. They're like, we're just trying to make the best of this existence. Versus when Attack on Titan, where like there actually is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. Because I mean, Lord forbid, if you get rid of the Titan shifters, then you've pretty much done. Then it's just regular, warfare. Honestly, then it's the same thing as living in the world we live in now. So I don't know. You may have swayed me. DK.
But,
I think I might be.
Let me defend God Eater a bit here, because
Okay,
I played the games, which are set later on in the future after the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think by a lot, like 100 years or so.
Mhm.
And the God Eaters get stronger. Like in the in the anime they're relatively weak, but as they go on, they become adaptive God Eaters, which is when they have like 2 gauntlets and they're twice as strong. I think they all can wield a gun and I forgot what they call it, blade God Eater.
Yeah.
They're way more overpowered than the anime. And it's still dark. I mean, they still have total like ash storms they call them, which like consume
Right.
entire ports. But God Eaters are a lot more capable. But I mean, they're still at war, and the war is still incredibly dark. And
I would say if we were to put a little bit of criteria kind of on this topic, in the sense, like, I guess, say starting off, like, you know, first looking at Attack on Titan's whole world and looking at God Eater's whole world, that's what I base my whole opinion off of, being that I'm able to get into a secluded area that's safe with Attack on Titan. And now in God Eaters, like you said,
You use the word safe in referring to hanging out on the walls. I'm confused.
It's safe to a certain point, but in God Eater, you're tested off rip whether you can be in that area or not. And if you're tested positive to hold a God Eater, you're let in. If you're not, you're basically like shunned from them at all, pretty much. So it's like, would you rather be in somewhat of a safe area at the beginning, or would you rather be tossed out into the world where everything can basically kill you off rip and survive?
Anything is safe in Attack on Titan. I just can't see it as safe. There's too
Yeah,
much going on.
I'm not saying it's safe, but you know,
is anything safe in God Eater though? That's the thing. It's not like
I have a question. I don't know a lot about it. I've seen a couple fight scenes and a couple plot things and do my research. In God Eater, are they eating you? Are they swiping at you? How did this happen? Because let's be clear, we're gonna die. We're trying to decide.
I guess
what's
they don't eat you. They'll bite you. They won't go actually eat you like a Titan will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They won't.
But you won't be slowly getting torn apart by a.
That's my point. Do you remember the episode where Sasha was breaking the door and there was about a 15-foot Titan slowly eating that child's mom? Mm-hmm. Or the scene where the Beast Titan called all the other Titans to continue to rip that man's head off and
about that
shreds. I don't want to die like that.
I have to say, I will say this: it isn't close to the deaths because the Attack on Titan deaths is just something slow that like rips you. It's just something horrifying about the way they like kill people in that show because it's so fucking slow and it's just like, damn, bro, like I'm really about to die. I'm really about to get bit. Oh my god, I'm getting bit. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this. like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another
scream too. Once they start getting eaten too.
They're not dead.
They're not dead. You still hear them screaming and you already see the blood squirt out on some of those scenes, and it's just like,
I don't know. Whenever they rip the head off, I'm like, all right, that's a little bit better. Except for whenever they animate somebody's head is like stretching or neck. I'm like, that's not how that works. Like fucking heads aren't elastic, or necks aren't elastic. It's not how the neck works.
If you're in that world, your head will be elastic. You're gonna feel every piece.
Maybe, but I don't know. I mean, and I guess I alluded to earlier, but I guess the time period of each shows, because if we're in God Eater to like the games, well then maybe that might swing the pendulum back in God Eater's favor. But I don't know. Just looking at Titan right now, like, are there even Titans on like Paradise Island at this point? I don't think there are, other than the shifters.
They cleared out most of them.
They are
not all of them.
The area they were in, they said they cleared them out the area.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows just how far they've come into killing Titans. But like,
that's the thing. I feel like they've made far more progress in killing Titans than the God Eaters have in the God Eater universe.
Valid point.
Which I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot closer. I think the natural response immediately is like, oh my god, Attack on Titan. No, because Attack on Titan is a far better show. Attack on Titan does a much better job of making me fear Titans, which in the grand scheme of anime really are pretty weak if you think about it. It's just they're not.
It's just the human. You know how vulnerable those main characters are, so that's why.
I think
just try to go against them without none of the gear that they have. Tell me if
no, I got you. I'm just saying in the not in like the real world. In the real world, obviously that's OP as shit. But I'm talking about in like the world of anime, where like you got people that can blow up planets and like wink and your soul. Then like that's nothing. They're just big zombies at that point. But still, it's a difficult question. It's a difficult task. I think we've gone pretty in depth on this. I enjoy this topic. We're going to move on to our next one here, and we're going to go to things we've been excited about before, and we're going to talk about games. So, what is a game that you were excited for, but upon release and playing it, it let you down? Soup for thought. Once again, start us off.
For me, it wasn't let me preface it with this. It wasn't something I was necessarily super excited for. Like, oh man, I can't wait to get this game. It's something I was interested in. I was intrigued in, but over the course of time, it slowly just peeled like the layers away and just revealed it to be the shithole it was. For me, it is Marvel's The Avengers. I don't know if you remember, this game was revealed at E3. It's like a 15-second teaser or something, like Bruce Banner's glasses, Cap shield, Iron Man's armor lighting up. It was real cool. They were talking. It was like supposed to be this game that you would be able to update. You would play it for years to come. This expanded universe. They'd be able to do all these things. Then I was like, okay, it's super cool. I'm excited. Trailer comes out. I watch it. The gameplay looks real bad. Looks real suspect. The fight looks like it's all press square, which it ended up being. There was a whole bunch of microtransactions. The single player story was actually pretty good, but the whole concept the game is built around is that it's supposed to be this fun game with all this replayability, but it ended up being really boring and really repetitive. And I felt it really just sort of hoodwinked everyone. Marvel is so popular. You know how hard it is to miss when you got licenses of all these characters and you miss like that. And I think what really killed me is that all these YouTubers were reviewing a game like, oh man, this is amazing. I can't wait to do this. And when they're clearly, I feel like I was just insane looking like, you guys don't see this? Like, you don't see this robot punching simulator? You don't see these microtransactions? They just kept ignoring it until the game come out, and then the reviews are bad. They're like, oh yeah, the game's actually not that good. And then I just felt like they were lying about it. They're being paid for it. It was just, the whole experience was just terrible. I lost respect for it. A lot of YouTubers, lost respect for Square Enix, I think, was the one that made this game. It was just terrible all around. They lost, I want to say, 90% of their online community within 2 months. That's how bad the game was. It is terrible. Super disappointed.
Good Lord. You know, that's horrifying. Also, real quick before we move on to the next person, I have lost so much respect for like gaming reviewers online just because it's such a business, and they just like, I mean, I think it's I'm about to get through. I think it's ISN, I believe. Every game
IGN?
is like an 8 to, what'd you say?
IGN,
there we go. Every game is an 8 to 10. Every single game is an 8 to 10, and you can almost like the same basic copy and pasted like compliments of just like best game of the year, this nonsense, and it's absolute nonsense. But moving on to the next one here, I want to go with McAllister account. I want to get you in here, buddy. Tell me something you were excited for that ended up letting you down.
All right, so thinking, I mean, it's not really specific game wise, but just looking at all these games they're trying to remaster and remake, and they're bringing back all these old games we played as kids, and I think, and I guess when I play them, I play this remastered version. I'm thinking back when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh, this game was great. I'm gonna have such a blast playing this." And then I get the game, I pay the $40, $60, whatever it is, and I play the first level, and I'm like, "Dang, like, was it this bad when I was a kid, or like what happened here?" Because I mean, it just doesn't keep your attention like it used to. And so it might just be an age thing. You grow up, obviously, but for some of these remaster games, I think they're just trying too hard to bring back some of these games that they just need to leave in the past.
Which one's your like least favorite?
Oh, you put me on blast. So I got.
I feel like I know, but I just want to make sure.
I got Crash Bandicoot Racing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
So I mean, I loved all those games. This one I specifically, it was just a racing one. But I played all those when I was younger, and I got this one. And I mean, I played it for a little while, did a couple of the races, and it just, it wasn't the same. Playing it, I was like, wow, this is anticlimactic. Lost my attention real fast.
Sweet Jesus. All right, listen, man, I get it on that one. The remastered games always let me down because like, oh, there's nothing new about this, which now you're just taking away from the original experience. Like, I'm playing the same shit again, so it doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything at all. But I know it's about to say something. Real impactful. Doombot TV, tell me something good here.
I don't know. That remastered comment kind of hurt me, man. I understand. I feel the pain. Remasters hurt when you like, oh man, this game's about to be lit, and then it comes out, you're like, this is shit. I think they are good for the remasters. I haven't played PlayStation 5 yet, but I want to play Demon's Souls. I heard that was good. But a game that let me down personally is Assassin's Creed Unity. Probably one of the biggest failed game releases up there with Anthem and Cyberpunk, chilling in the same jet like hot tub and everything. But Assassin's Creed was one of my favorite video game franchises growing up. I played all of them. I think I played every single one except the first one, ironically. And oh man, Unity was promised to be like this amazing, groundbreaking game. It actually sounds a lot like Cyberpunk. They were like, you'll be able to follow AI around and you'll see them go through their day-to-day tasks. That's how cool it is. Oh, they see the AI over there. That would be the same one. You'll see so many different kinds of AI. And once you play the game, it is the buggiest, most boring, most difficult, unresponsive game you ever played. I mean, the game bombed so hard that they had to rebrand Assassin's Creed kind of. I think after Unity, they made Syndicate, which no one ever talks about, and then they made the new RPG style Assassin's Creed. That's how bad it was. They went from kind of like Ghost of Tsushima style to RPG based. And if you get hit that hard, we have to rebrand your entire self. That means you know that game bombed hard. So Unity, I mean, it was bad. They had co-op online. That didn't work. It took about 30 minutes to find an online game. The trailers were so hyped and the game was so bad. It hurt. It was bad. But
Doombot, is that the one where I saw a whole bunch of pictures online? It was just every character, it was just eyes and teeth.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It just looked real horrifying.
That was the nefarious face glitch, and that shit happened a lot. Like there would be times where your dude would whip someone around using like a meat bag, and it would light you up like he wasn't even there. Like, it was just, you would feel so cool, and then you just get annihilated from stuff that wasn't even your fault. So,
do you feel like it's recouped with Valhalla? I think Valhalla.
I loved Valhalla. It was buggy as shit, but it wasn't that buggy. I do like these newer games. I like Valhalla because it felt like a mix. It wasn't too RPG, and it wasn't too, old style Assassin's Creed. But I did like, for the fun of this, nowhere near as realistic. You were fighting demons and monsters and gods, and you're playing as Odin. It makes no sense, but it's fun. It's not as realistic as the other ones, but I still like them. I like where they're going with it.
Bro, you were about to buy mead because of Valhalla. I remember that.
I did buy mead. I did not like it.
Damn.
That wasn't real mead.
It wasn't. I'm gonna give it another chance, but I mean, it was cool.
I'm supposed
man.
to make something for you though.
So you gotta make your own.
I got a Viking chant on my damn playlist now because of that shit.
Beyond, you better come on, man. There's an Off Rangers meetup here in a week. You better bring the mead.
Mead is good.
It's too late to try to make mead now.
Is it really?
We gotta do that at least 6 months in advance.
Oh my god.
Yes. We could do it for like Christmas or something.
I definitely suggest, like, far as next time we meet up, either this summer or next summer, we should definitely go to a Renaissance festival. The things are lit. Mead, it's good.
We'll see, but
I know it sounds bad. There are people who dress up, which is actually pretty cool. But like overall, the whole atmosphere is actually pretty cool. I'm just saying.
Fair enough,
so what you made me imagine, go ahead.
What?
DJ, do your magical transitions.
Nah, fuck that. I want him to talk now. Say what you about to say, DJ.
The Renaissance Festival is lit.
You explain that, then explain your point.
I think that cupcake went to the brain.
Yo, do y'all really want me to lead this whole goddamn podcast?
Chill.
I mean, you talk about LARPing and shit. Go ahead.
I didn't say LARPing. Damn it.
I mean, that's what I imagine.
Why you gotta automatically
why
in a
do you
full iron
imagine?
suit brings me
I
some
love
food, I'm gonna have a fit.
All our busty selves in some suits of armor pretending to fight with plastic swords. It makes me cringe.
Lightning bolt.
All women are queens.
I cast a spell on you.
If they breathe, they are thoughts.
Wow.
You want that out in the parking lot, huh? That's what you want?
We're getting kicked out so quick. We're getting kicked out because I know we're gonna do something stupid.
Y'all gonna do something stupid.
First time I just someone hits me with something and I don't go down. They're like, I hit him. Like, sure he did. He's lying. He's lying.
I'm gonna drop kick a horse.
I slayed this peasant hours ago.
Heavenly arrow, go.
Oh Lord.
I used my healing potion. What?
I hate y'all so much.
Oh man.
Don't hate us. Explain your point. Tell us.
I just think it'd be a fun experience. That's all I'm saying.
Well, shit,
I got you.
They got meat there, which is good. Cider, which is good. Mike likes beer, so they have that for him.
So tell him we can just go to an old country buffet and just be happy, honestly.
Yeah, bro. We just get
Our
two
Golden
big ass
Corral.
turkey legs.
Listen, if you want to wear a dresser outfit to go
You
to
don't
Corral, I will
have to
let
dress up. You don't have to dress up.
Can't we just go to Walmart and just like go shop? For
Look, man, I'm gonna drive there. I'm gonna get out the car. I'm gonna walk through the gates, and somehow I'm gonna be dressed as a jester. I don't know how.
Court jester, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
I don't know, bro. When you walk through the gate, somehow you dressed as something.
Who knows?
I'm just picturing you like tap dancing around like, and I just really get upset. I don't know why. I just don't want you in a skin tight suit. I just don't want to see you like that. I'm comedy. No, that would piss me off. But getting back on track here right now, something else that's also fantastic is I guess beyond actually. Let's go with you. What's something that you were excited for that ended up letting you down?
I'm gonna have to go with Anthem because Anthem. When I played the demo, I was really digging it, and I was ready to buy the game so cold-heartedly until Doombot and typical TV over here took the hit for me. They pre-ordered it, and the game was too buggy. They were getting kicked out like crazy, and it wasn't a game you could play really. I don't know if they updated it recently to fix all this, and it was like the last game BioShock was actually probably could make a comeback for, but it was just the world and the world they offered to us. It was amazing, but you couldn't even play the game, so it was like no point, just like Cyberpunk was. And I really was hoping, because that was one of the games I was ready to play, where I was ready to grind it out, get all these mecha suits and stuff, and do this whole adventure in this whole super sci-fi world, killing different monsters and stuff. But it just didn't end well for him.
Gosh darn. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think Anthem with the flying was actually really fun in that game.
It was.
The flying, yes, the flying was legit.
That's the only game I think that's had an actual like flight mechanic, freestyle flight mechanic, and it works with the shooting in it though. That's the only thing I get props for. Other than that,
Such a shame.
Other than that, yep.
Dead clocks right twice a day.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh my good God, man. Now, finally, DK, would you like to actually tell us what game you were excited for that ended up letting you down?
Let's see. I mean, Beyond Meaning kind of said one game I was thinking of is Anthem. We all know Cyberpunk was a complete letdown.
Dumpster fire.
I only ever played one sex scene.
I could say wow. Why did I just had the name on the top of my head. Jump Force. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Jump Force.
So Jump Force it was another game along with Anthem that I pre-ordered, and Jump Force was just it for me. It was just all over the place. I couldn't understand it. Then it's also like me and fighting games are just not like a thing. So I don't even know why I tried. I think it was like I had a friend who was trying to who said he was going to order it, but he kind of backed out last second and, said, fuck me, basically. So, it is what it is, but I know just fighting games aren't like my thing. So I just never again.
Never again. That's what I'm talking about, Abe. I understand. For me, it's an obvious one I should learn. It's been the last 4 NBA 2K games. Every year, they give me, okay, no, but in all seriousness, I didn't even play this game, and I was thinking about getting it. WWE 2K20. I don't know why. I used to play the SmackDown versus Raw games, and I was like,
yeah.
And I saw the commercials for them, WWE2K20. And I was like, maybe I'll try to get it. And I looked online and saw the glitches, and I was like, how sad of a shithole you have to be as a gaming company to put something out that's pretty much unplayable with a straight face, make people pay like $60 and then not give them refunds. Like, first of all, you shouldn't even put it out in the first place, but that got me right there. Just watching that to the point where, like, and if anyone here is watching has some free time, if you can go online and just type in WWE 2K20 glitches, and you'll just be like, bro, like, what? And it's not like the same repeated glitch. It's a different one almost every time on all the different videos. And, like, not a minute video. I'm talking about 10 to 20 minute compilations where you can find literally new clips almost every time. It's ridiculous. It's despicable. And I mean, listen, it's also by the people over at 2K, which once again, as I've made the joke, make those NBA games, which is the same damn game every year with the same mechanics. That my biggest issue with 2K is after like your 10th game, every single game feels the same, which is pointless. But we need to move on. We need to move on. And what I need to do is something that we're going to talk about on this topic is that's moving on to a different genre. So, what is a different genre of game that you played before? So, for example, me, I play sports games. And I remember one time I branched out and I played a shooter game. I think it was Fortnite. I hated it. Terrible. Never did it again. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. I was a sophomore in college. An old friend of mine, Tiam, his last name I won't say for his own benefit. He got me to play it, and he was like, "This game is like nothing I ever played before. It's so amazing." And I played one round, and I freaking hated it. I didn't understand why I had to jump every 2 seconds. Why I needed to build everything. And like I was like, I'm shooting people. Why do I need to like have wood? It was really dumb. I didn't get it. Granted, since that day, I have branched off and played other games, but still, shooting is not really my shooting games, or I should say, battle royale type games. I haven't really taken to them. I mean, you guys know I finally got my first victory in Warzone like a month ago, and I haven't played since because I don't want to ruin my streak.
Wasn't it Rebirth?
Damn right.
It was Rebirth. Yeah, it was Rebirth. So I don't even know if that fully counts. So still,
no, that counts. That still counts.
Damn right it counts. And to the people I killed, you fucking suck. But but moving on, Soup for Thought. Tell us, do you have a story similar to mine?
I do have a similar story. Let me say this first, just so you got an understanding. Most of the games I play are fighting games, sports games, and the occasional like just open world game like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, Bully, stuff like that. One game that I really dipped outside my genre in is both of these South Park games, the Fractured Butthole and the Stick of Truth.
What kind of names?
The name. I didn't get the name until 2 years after I had the game. I was like, oh, that's a butthole joke. South Park. It makes sense. But I love the show. But the game is like an RPG turn-based game. Like think like the old Final Fantasy that they do. But I used to play those. The old Final Fantasy games. You like scroll down. You got like your stats effects, and you're hit. Then they take a turn. Then you hit, and you take a turn. It's real stupid. But South Park made it so fun because all the jokes they're putting in. I know I showed DK and I think Doombot saw that too. How I know in the start of the game you would choose your skin color and determine how hard the game was gonna be. It was like little stuff like that made the game super fun. Even though it wasn't something I would usually play, it just made it so fun. I can't imagine I would do something else unless it was made by South Park. But I would definitely at least give it a thought now that I dipped outside to the next genre.
Nothing like a good thought. Well, I love that. I love that story, man. What about you, Beyond?
For me, it would have to be sport games. So
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
for me, back in my freshman year, I used to play Madden with some of the boys on my floor, and it only really played because the other guy was trash at Madden too. So when we played, we both picked our city's trash ass teams. Me for Cleveland, he would pick the Cubs or
The Cubs.
Chicago. I'm sorry, I don't know football like that. Leave me alone.
Cubs.
I
Okay?
have a real issue.
The Bears. My bad. The
Bears.
Bears. There you go. I corrected it. Okay, I'm sorry. Corrected
You never
it.
played online. Some 12-year-olds gonna curse you out.
That's why I don't play online. So
Fair enough.
he would play.
Never
And
again.
it would be fun because it felt like it was an even match. We both didn't know what the fuck we were doing, and it just made it fun. But I still wouldn't buy a sports game, and I was so close to buying Madden, the one with the long shot, just because of the long shot.
That mode
And-
sucked.
Yeah, I found out after that mode sucked, but it's really sport games for me. I'm not really big into sports game, but that year for some reason playing Madden with somebody else at my skill level made it fun because I didn't take it as serious as some of these other sport games.
Tryhards.
Yeah, would.
I
Boy.
got you. Then how about Doombot? What about you? Because you have a very robust gaming catalog. So I'm interested to hear how you got to that point.
Well, Daddy, you see, it all started back when I was younger, and I used to play a lot of FPS games. Yes, Dad, I'm a shooter. Now, I leave my skills on the sticks, you know. I know how to use them sticks, but I used to play a lot of like FPS games, like Call of Duty. I bonded with one of my closest friends over Call of Duty. Us looking into each other's eyes late at night up until 3 o'clock in the morning and killing zombies together until he looked over at me and looked at him and I whispered, "This is great. This is life." But it has continued over for a long time. And now I just play Apex, and I played Destiny for a while. Did that a lot. Got angry over a lot. Spent a lot of hours in raids a lot. And, so one. We'll cut to the chase. I'm just BSing now. A game that I branched off to was Little Nightmares 2, which has jumped up to my number 3 favorite game of all time.
Oh,
It is a puzzle-solving platformer, but it has a really, really, really strong horror theme. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do any puzzle solving games. I will bitch out and YouTube a moment I'm stuck at in a heartbeat. I don't care. I have no shame about that.
cheater.
But this game, it's like the way they apply puzzle solving and platforming to the horror, to the boss battles, and to the whole game in general. I thought they did it phenomenally. I mean, the soundtrack's amazing. It is legit horrifying. Some of the characters in that game look extremely disturbing.
Yes.
The game is phenomenal. It's really short. I think it's also like an indie game though, so it's not full price. But I appreciate the way they made the puzzles. They're simple but also complex. When you figure out how to do something, you're like, "Oh, I should have done it the first time." So I do appreciate the way they made it not obvious, but also to make it overly hard as well.
Okay. Well, then let me ask you another question too. So, for example, what did Little Nightmares do? Like, what strategy did they do to kind of get you to want to play the game?
Well, first off, I love horror. That was their commitment first. Like, yes, it is a puzzle solving game and platformer, but it's a horror game first. Sometimes you go into a game where it'll say, "Oh, this is a horror game," but it's a shooter first. So I don't know if you ever played Dead Space 3. It's a shooter, but it's also a horror game, but it feels more like a shooter because nothing's scary at all. Little Nightmare says everything's going to be terrifying, but we're also going to add puzzle solving to figure out how you're going to stay alive as a character. So they stuck to their guns, and they have a true theme they stick to, and they don't deviate from that.
Okay. Well, then, I want to pose this question to everybody here because we're all talking about this. Don't worry. We'll get back on track here in a second. But how exactly do these companies kind of get us to branch out and play other games? Because that Little Nightmares game you just talked about, that's really, really niche. And so, my thing is, Little Nightmares, I see a lot of it online now. I think it's becoming more mainstream. Do we think that these companies just have really good advertising? Say, I know it was a bad game, like Cyberpunk, where they can get something niche over to a larger crowd? Or do they just have a selling point like, I'll use Cyberpunk again, where it's like, you can customize this much, and this will be the most immersive environment ever? What do we think about that? Any Soup, you have something on your mind. Let's go with you.
I think the best, at least I can't speak for everyone else, at least for me, the best way to market any product to me is to, one, go somewhere where I'm at, and two, be funny. I will remember a funny advertisement more than I remember anything, no matter how informational it is. For example, with the both South Park games, what they did, they had created like a 3-episode special, essentially, which was ended up being the prequel to the game. And at the end, they just did like a funny half-ass plug for the game, and that immediately made me interested. So if you're gonna advertise, know your market. They didn't take out any ads on the home shopping network, because people who watch South Park aren't on the home shopping network. So knowing where you need to advertise, knowing where your customers are, being creative with it. I know I watch a lot of Flash Gets videos, and they always have like a Raid Shadow Legends ad at the end of it. I'm never gonna play it, but there is only ads I'll actually listen to, because 9 times out of 10 they're actually really funny and engaging. So I think that's what you need to do, is be creative and just know where to target your audience at. I think that would definitely get me to go a different direction I have been before, as you can see clearly with the South Park games.
The Flashgate guys have almost gotten me to play Raid Shadow Legends on several different occasions. I've honestly thought about like downloading, but I'm like, no, it's stupid. But still, I guess you bring up a really good point there, because I feel like a lot of times like gaming, like trailers is so cookie cutter and like the same thing. It's like a slightly kind of hype song, some engined footage that they show you so that the game is not gonna look like it all. And I'm like, once you get to our age and people that have been around the block, all right, that's not how that game's gonna look. You don't get hyped for it no more. That's why I don't really get hyped for like 2K every year when they put extra sweat on a Bama, because I know damn well if I play the game, like he ain't gonna look like that. So
DJ said, I have a question. What is it you want from 2K? When you slap some rocket boots on LeBron James? It's the same damn game. What
that
else
new
do you
Space
want?
Jam coming out, so
true.
add that shit
Also,
to it.
What
Yeah,
I
really.
want from 2K is one, for them to take a step back from all the microtransactions. Two, I want them to actually fix the gameplay, because the gameplay is not good. Like the gameplay, it's so unbasketball like and not a real simulation. Or if they want to do that, honestly, they could just go the NBA street route, and make it a super fun game like that, and people would legitimately be happy. People love those games. The thing with 2K is like they care so much about my team and getting people to buy packs and cards and all this money that they don't worry about how, like, when you play like My Park or something like that, it's just not fair, and it's just honestly not fun because there's so much other BS that like gets in between you and the game.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I mean,
Very true.
yeah, which is that's that problem. But I guess bringing it into the larger context of everything, that's probably why I wanted to branch out and try other games, is because I was just so sick and tired of playing, 2K. I haven't gotten 2K21. I'm not gonna get 2K21. I haven't even played 2K20 in a good 5-6 months. I'll be honest with you, and I really don't plan on playing it anytime soon. Maybe after this, I'll hop on it tonight with y'all, but we'll see. We'll see. But moving on. McAllister account, getting us back on track. Tell me, a game that you were excited for that ended up letting you down. Oh wait,
Whoa, wait a minute.
didn't we already do that? We already did that.
Yeah, you on the wrong track, buddy.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sorry.
I think a genre that
There we
I
go.
typically didn't venture to when picking a game. I guess just a little backstory, if you will. I guess younger mainly played sports games like backyard baseball, those kinds of games. Played some Maddens growing up, and then obviously did the open worlds like GTA and Call of Duties. Played those first-person shooter games. I think one of the newer ones would probably be, I guess we all got into Ark Survival Evolved. That'd be just that action survival kind of game.
Dark Times.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think that was one of the main new genres. I haven't played a game like that before, but
That was the pandemic savior for this group.
it definitely was. It was the beginning of the pandemic. We all got in that, and I mean,
Almost
I enjoyed it.
It was like 10 hours a day, just being like, we got to get some more Wyverns. I'm like, oh,
It was 10 hours for you. That was like 23 for some people.
I know. I'm about to say I was.
You know how hard it is
Really?
taking care of dodos, man?
yeah,
will never
Boombot and I
forget
were
the
all
day
over
I-
that, dude. We
I know
were
people. I'm sorry.
creating a dynasty on that island.
I will
Gotta
never
make sure
re-
you get that.
I will never forget the day. And for those that have never played Ark, you can capture different types of animals on this game, and they're not like
Tame.
like
You can
you can
tame
tame them. You can tame. Sorry. You can tame.
Dinosaurs, you nerd.
You can tame different types of dinosaurs. And the thing about it is, we were in a tribe, right? We were in a tribe, which was also called the Off Rangers because we're consistent. And I will never forget, we were on a second island, and I did the all call for all of them to come. And I don't know who. Somebody was so pissed off. I was just like, "Damn it, dear! Now we gotta reset them all. God damn it!" And I was like, "Bro, I was like, it's okay, it's okay."
Well, I mean, backstory. There's like 50 dinosaurs that just go sprinting to one spot. We're like, oh, bro, come
They
on.
all
That place was a
ran to
fucking
the
zoo.
door. They all ran to the door. And we were like, "What the f- is going on?"
R.I.P. to all those unfed dinosaurs,
That have
man.
died by now. When's the last time we were on that server?
That's a good ass question.
Well, that thing is gone.
That was
It
like
was,
August, wasn't it?
Dead
It's
and
now
gone.
March.
It's been a minute.
It was a good 3 months we were on that game grinding.
My turtles better not be
Consistent.
gone.
Well, I'm proud to announce the Off Rangers will be streaming Ark 23 hours a day. No, I'm just-
Yeah, I don't know about you. I ain't got that type of time anymore.
check
But
us out.
boy,
on
when
Twitch.
that Vin Diesel DLC come out, we all back in it, baby.
It's like a DLC. It's a whole new game.
Exactly.
There's a hold on.
Exactly.
There's a Vin Diesel version of Ark coming out. When are we getting this, and how long?
Oh,
are we
you
Okay,
don't
getting
know.
wait.
Oh, you don't
So
know.
wait, it's not. Vin Diesel arc. It's arc 2, and apparently Vin Diesel's in it, and he's also helping to make it. I don't know how that part came to be.
Wait, he's
but
helping to make it?
I don't
he's
want it
helping to
now.
make it.
He's a secret
I
He's a
don't
gamer.
want it
producer.
now.
He's a producer for it. That game
Oh,
will have the
man.
worst dialogue I've
I'm
ever
sorry.
experienced.
Family.
I'm imagining like the
Two
Tokyo
girls.
Drift theme song playing. You're like like drifting the dinosaur across the beach.
He's just gonna rip it across with a raptor, just starts skirting everywhere.
I'm letting y'all know right now that game is gonna have so much unnecessary explosions, and all the characters are gonna be so sexualized.
Oh yeah.
Especially the female characters, it's gonna be ridiculous.
First start.
Mm.
Family.
Yeah,
Family.
they're doing.
support.
There's a game, but aren't they doing? They're doing a TV show as well. I think
What?
a
Yeah,
series,
they're doing an animated series.
an animated series.
How is
Blew
Vin
up.
Diesel
It's all my
qualified
fault.
for this? What
I don't think he's
qualified
helping
him
with the
for this?
animated series. He's just helping with the game, I believe.
Well, that's the part I don't understand how he's even qualified for.
That's
I'm
what
guessing-
happens when you do series of movies.
I'm guessing they want okay. So we were just talking about marketing, right? Like how they get people to draw into the game.
Mm-hmm.
People who've never heard of Arkham, like, oh my god, Vin Diesel, what is he doing? What game is that? And that's how they're going to draw people in.
Yeah,
That's kind of what Cyberpunk did with Keanu Reeves. People who
Yeah.
like Keanu Reeves were like, "Ooh, let me get this game because it got Keanu
Exactly
Reeves."
did.
That's-
I hate
But
his
I feel like
character in that
Keanu
game.
Reeves has a lot higher fan base than Vin fucking Diesel.
Oh, hell yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
buy
Oh,
this
yeah,
game
yeah.
just for Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel's not a slouch though, but it's just
He's
like
not a slouch.
he's almost a meme though.
They should have got The Rock.
Yeah.
I feel like The
They
Rock.
sh-
They probably would have brought more people.
I'm sorry, I don't think they can afford
The Rock costs too much. That's
Oh,
what-
yeah, they can't
Yeah,
afford
I was
The Rock.
about to say, you gotta have some dough for the
Yeah,
Rock. to
Vin
take
Diesel
some-
don't even like The Rock.
In all honesty,
Yeah.
they probably couldn't afford Vin Diesel, but it was like, all right, listen, we'll give you half, and then we'll let you also make the game.
You know how
Okay.
sad that is. Vin Diesel. That's not even. I was about to say a very.
He's
dark
not a
joke.
bad actor.
No, he's not a bad
Not-
actor. But there's other people in the Fast and Furious series. I want over Vin Diesel. In all
I'd
honesty,
take Tyrese over Vin Diesel.
I was just kind of thinking that. I'd
I'll
take
take Tyler Perry.
Ludacris.
I don't know about
Standing
Tyrese. I feel like Tyrese probably could draw as many people as Vin Diesel would.
Maybe I don't know.
I think I would have taken Tyrese or Luda. Luda would have been fine.
To Ludacris, perfect.
Ludacris been a great.
Luda would have been nice.
I was like, Vin Diesel can't even talk. So I'm like, if I see his character in the game,
Rich.
I'm like,
I mean,
we gotta go get the raptor. I'm be like, yo, what the it's like, what's wrong with this guy? It's like, oh my god, he has a disease.
Imagine you're doing a tutorial and you're trying to teach you how to do some shit you can't understand.
even the subtitles are all fucked up.
Oh,
Y'all crazy. Y'all messed up. That's crazy.
Oh, he's rich. He'll be all right.
He'll
he'll
be
be fine.
Oh, he'll be fine.
He'll be okay. I think he'll survive the 6 of us making fun of his voice. When
Yeah,
Fast and Furious 34 comes out and they're drifting on freaking Saturn's rings or some shit. I don't know.
What if Vin Diesel appears in the back of DJC's video and starts beating this shit out of him?
You just hear family, and all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my god. Oh, Toretto. But you know what? Speaking of something else, never mind. I'm gonna have
He
another
said, "Oh,
podcast.
Toretto."
DK, you're up there giggling. So how about you
Uh,
talk and you tell us?
I'm sorry.
You good?
Well-
Tell us how you feel, man. Tell us. Keep this topic. Finish us off so we can move on to our next.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
finish us
games.
off, man.
Oh my God, no! Stop saying dirty stuff like that. We're not part of it.
Jeez.
Okay.
I'd say a genre of games that's like I've always been like kind of iffy about is fighting games. It's kind of like outside of my thing. I'm good. I would say I probably am like a C- when it comes to playing fighting games. I know buttons, but I can't do it like Soup and Doom. Them two are like the masters of gaming fighting games. Like I don't see how they can just like I'm over here smashing buttons and whatnot, and they already got the whole down back X Y, and I'm just like, what? How do you already know that? And they were like, it makes sense. So I was like, I can't do it. Fighting games for me is one of them games that's not my go-to games. I do like playing it, with them, friend wise. I can do a little bit of damage to Soup, but I get waxed easily. I don't play Doom much anymore because he cheats with a certain character. But other than that, I mean, those games aren't me. I don't like those games too much. Any other game I'm cool with, I can get into, but
Mhm.
Yeah, fighting games aren't my go-to games.
You know what? That's fair enough. I realized something. I don't know if there's a gamer out there that has like a 120, like, oh, I play everything and love it. There's always something that we don't like. We all have our own weaknesses. For me, it's pretty much everything. And for you guys, it's one or two things. But moving on to something that's always strong is superheroes. And I want to know, guys, what are your favorite superheroes growing up now? And are they still your favorite superheroes? If not, why? If yes, then why? Let's switch up a little bit. Doombot, let's start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I would say I don't even know if you can count him as a hero, but Venom was like one of my favorite comic book characters growing up.
Mhm.
If they don't count, then it's definitely Batman. I'll explain that in a bit. But I just remember seeing Venom for the first time in the animated Spider-Man comic book series, cartoon series. And I don't know, I thought he was a cool ass character. The symbiote's always been like a really cool aspect to me. I thought that whole mythos is cool. Anytime there's a Venom comic that comes out, I will read it. He's still one of my favorite comic book characters, right beside Spawn Daddy, but Venom is definitely up there. But a real close second is Batman. I love Batman. I'm sorry, Batman has some amazing games. Probably has the best comic book games of all time. I know Super Thought agrees with me on that.
Fuck off.
My favorite one of my favorite Batman shows was The Batman, which no one ever talks about. I remember saying I'm late to watch
was
that.
Amazing.
No one ever talks about the Batman. Like I love that. That and Justice League Unlimited. I used to watch those to Earth and back. I still like Batman, not as much, but I still like Batman.
Okay. I mean, listen, man. Batman is one of those characters you can never be upset about. Another thing I can't be upset about is Super Thought. Give me your opinion.
For me, when I was a kid, it was definitely Robin and Static Shock. I think that more so came from the Saturday morning cartoon thing. You wake up, I think it was on. You watch WB Kids. You see Static Shock. You would watch Teen Titans. I always thought Robin was so cool. So it was definitely Robin and Static Shock when I was growing up. As an adult, it is now Nightwing and Deadpool. Nightwing for obvious reasons. He's one of the greatest heroes. He has a great story from sidekick to being a hero. I'm always loved him, specifically that Robin. Every other one can die. Specifically that Robin was cool to me. And Deadpool has just been, I think I first got introduced to Deadpool when I was playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance. For those of you who don't know, top tier game. Don't play a recent one, it's dog ass. But that's when I first got introduced to him. I thought he was funny. I thought he was cool. I thought he was just great. And the movie came out. I was super excited about it. It did not disappoint. And Deadpool is definitely top two. Nightwing is still number one. He's just a great hero to me. But Deadpool is definitely saying number two now.
All right, okay. All right, I can't disrespect that. Nothing bad. I'm not gonna lie. When you first said Robin, I was like, "What's wrong with you?" Then you explained Teen Titans. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, that Robin was lit." It's just been so long since I've seen that Robin. But
specifically that one.
Let me know.
Yeah, I saw you got something to say.
No, you keep talking.
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
Batman made Robin.
No.
So without Batman, there would be no Robin. And Batman is the best comic book hero out there. The man, the king of brooding. God. He is the best.
You must like that rubber suit. You must like that sweaty rubber suit.
Look. Batman is the only character in comic book history that more people can relate to because he allows you to believe that you don't need fucking powers.
You got money, right?
Mad rich, you good. You just mad rich.
Exactly. You mad rich.
I too am a billionaire.
He's just one of those characters where you can go like, I could be Batman with immense of training and knowledge.
I'm sorry, I could not be Batman with immense of training or knowledge. I'm sorry, I would
and money.
Fuck up.
You don't have the motives like him.
Athleticism.
Oh God!
I'm getting shot. I'm just saying. I'm getting shot.
I'm sorry, your knees is gone and you can't do what Batman does no more.
Listen, I want to let you know something right now. 95% of Batman hinges on the fact that he can live in a universe where they can make up scientific technology that does not exist in the real world.
Facts.
Try some of that shit here. Go out in your bulletproof homemade suit and try to stop a villain and see what happens. where you get your ass light up like a Christmas
I mean,
tree.
Nah,
technically,
bulletproof.
it's not bulletproof.
It's not bulletproof.
Bullet
He just
resistant?
uses magnetic
Bruh,
waves on his suit. Shout out to the-
Beyond.
I
Beyond.
can't listen to y'all no more.
Listen, even ignoring the bullshit, Nightwing is such a better character because Batman emotionally
shut
has not.
up.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Listen.
Batman emotionally has not evolved since the page 1 of his comic. He's still stuck in that fucking alleyway.
You obviously did
Nightwing
not
had a
watch
very similar
the
situation,
Batman.
right? But evolved and realized I can't do this alone. I need people around me to help me. Nightwing is ultimately what Batman wants to be. He's really his dad for real. He's what he wants to be. He is the ultimate conclusion. Batman's stuck in the same mind frame of trauma caused this. Now I'm going to traumatize other people. He's stuck in the same mind loop. Nightwing escaped that. He's a better version of him. So when he kicks a bucket, he knows who the best is.
I don't know if you can say escape though, because I feel like Batman realizes that he's part of the old generation. Like he realizes he's broken beyond repair. He's not trying to fix himself at this point. He's trying to make sure there are precautions taking place for when he does eventually die. I think that is through Nightwing. Like he knows Dick Grayson is easily the best Robin. I'm sorry, Damien is damn near villain. All right, you can't be killing people with a samurai sword. But I feel like he knows Dick is his best disciple, his best people, and if something were to happen to Batman, I think it would easily go to.
Yeah. And he took up the mantle of him in the comics for a bit.
Until he got hit in the head and became Rick Grayson. What was his name? Rick?
It was Rick. It was Rick. We don't talk about that, all right?
So lazy. So lazy. One damn letter. Come on, man. I swear to God. Like I always get mad like in Superman comics when it's like there's Lois Lane and then Lois and then Lana Lang, and it pisses me off so much. Because Lana Lang, that's just like, bro, come on. You have Lois Lane and then Lana Lang. Like, how lazy can you be when it comes to naming characters? Just how easy it would be to be like, oh, that's Jennifer Cartwright. Boom. Completely different name. Not just switching around a couple letters.
Yeah, they
Bums.
do that. That's what they do.
Disappointed. But you know who's going to disappoint me right now? And he wouldn't dare disappoint me right now. And I could see, I can tell. McAllister. What about you?
Well, I don't know about favorite, but growing up, I mean, Batman movies were always on, and they were great to watch. Can't go wrong with them. But I think it has to be just the American favorite, Superman. I always liked the Superman movies. Watched Smallville all the time, the TV show.
I did used to watch Smallville. I'm not gonna lie.
I used to love that TV show. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Superman, he's the American hero.
I mean, I get it. I want to be honest with you. I don't actually know a lot of people that like Superman was their favorite hero when they were kids. I don't know if that's weird or not.
I don't either. It was always Batman or Spider-Man for me around my city.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that because that's also like Spider-Man. It's just I think that's when like the movies came out. You know, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go see this movie, and yeah, I think the Superman movies we missed that time frame when we were kids.
That was probably just right before us, I think.
Before us. And then there's more that came out like the last 5-10 years.
Yeah. Because the Superman movies that popped out when we were around was like what? Superman Returns, and then it's
the shitty one.
The shitty one, and then it's the Henry Cavill ones, which I don't think he's bad. They just don't give him anything really to do. I think he's a very good actor.
I like Man of Steel. Yeah.
Man, it's just okay. So
they try to make it dark when like Superman really isn't that really a dark character.
He wears his underwear over his freaking pants. He can't be but so damn dark. It doesn't work. I mean, I feel you on that one. I guess it's actually kind of sad though. You think about it, like this freaking Superman. He's probably the most popular hero in the world, but I don't think many kids nowadays would say straight up, "Oh, Superman's my favorite."
No, I think right now Marvel has really taken over.
Yeah.
That superhero current now, because now if you ask probably a little kid on the street, he'll say Iron Man or Captain America or Black Panther now. And so I think really what is the evolving of superhero movies and the content that's coming out now that changes the little kid's mind of who's their favorite superhero.
Before we continue on with this topic, do you think that'll affect Superman like 20, 30 years, and maybe Superman will have a fall off? to where like the next generation won't think of Superman. Like, because even us, we don't watch movies. We don't. I mean, we know Superman's like a god tier level hero. You think that would happen?
Yeah.
The Batman
I don't
Killer.
think it'll fall off.
Why?
Just because I mean, like, I think he'll be like the new Batman for the new genre, in a sense, because like Batman was kind of like a lot of people's thing growing up. For us, was Batman was like the go-to. I feel like they're gonna end up probably come out with a good storyline for Superman and have him be like the priority.
They'll revive him. They'll give him a good movie.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
revive him.
I feel like they'll revive him and give him a good backstory and everything.
Because technically, the last time we all saw Superman was in the Justice League movie with that weird ass,
Just
yeah,
terrible. It was
with
terrible.
that weird ass like edited mustache on there that they had to fix on his lip, which is
Good look, my boy, man.
got him down catastrophically. Now, for my choice, I'm kind of cheating here a little bit, but I'm actually Lord forgive me. I said superhero. I didn't necessarily say comic book hero.
Oh,
What
And because
thing do you want to say?
I'm gonna say
Shit, then Phoenix Jones, a real life superhero. No, I'm just,
shut your
I'm
mouth.
just playing.
It's the boys in blue. No, I'm playing.
We must protect that blue.
Because I
mean-
respect the troops. No, I do respect the troops, but still, I'm actually going to pick the Power Rangers, and I don't even know if they technically count as superheroes. I'm going to
Yes,
say they
they
are.
Yeah, that's superheroes.
I
Yeah,
loved the Power Rangers
yeah.
growing up. I loved
Go-
almost
go
every single
Power
iteration of Power
Rangers.
Rangers, from Mighty Morphin all the way to like
Morphin Time.
I'd say like SPD or a little bit.
Ninja Storm was good.
I think Mystic Force was the last one I kind of watched, and I was like, all right, this
Same.
isn't bad.
That was the last one I watched.
So
yep, same
for
for me.
I mean, for
Maybe not.
Halloween, for like a lot of children, you know, going to superheroes is a big thing. I wanted a Power Ranger for like 4 years straight. Partially because my mom just bought me a big outfit and she like was being cheap. So like she would just like sew it up, like, you know, and then when I was growing the next
Yep.
year, she would just let it out a little bit more. So I was the same damn Red Ranger for 4 years straight, which kind of sucked at one point because it switched to a new show. So I was like the old Red Ranger, and everyone was like, "Why don't you update it?" And I'm like, "I'm vintage. Shut up, Paul." But yeah, no. That's why DJC also just I don't know. There's something like weirdly. There's like a weird charm to the Power Rangers because looking back now, like especially I think it was like a year or two ago they put on that Power Rangers movie where like they fought Dr. Ooze or whatever, the Ooze guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the OG movie right there.
Yeah,
I
Ivan
watched as a
Ooze.
kid.
Boy,
Yeah,
I
Ivan
watched it back.
Ooze.
Horrible on rewatching back as an adult. Terrible.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know
hell
why
yeah.
I liked it, but I have to admit, there's like a weird ass charm about the Power Rangers that I can't hate on them. It's
Yeah.
campy and I love it. So
Yep.
fuck it, go
Did you
Power
watch
Rangers.
the
man.
And
the
I still-
2016 one?
No, I
Oh,
watched it.
no.
Terrible.
And I still
Yeah.
watch them. I watched the first 3 episodes just to see how it is.
DK,
We
you said
know-
you watched it. What's your opinion on it? The 2016 reboot.
All I'm gonna say is it was awful. It was awful. I was so disappointed. It was just I just hated it. I hated it so much. I was like, why am I even watching this?
I enjoyed it. I did.
I did.
Not
I
gonna
didn't
lie,
think it was
I didn't
bad.
love it, but
Mm.
I enjoyed it. Thought the characters
Yeah.
pretty interesting. The Blue Ranger is pretty cool.
The
I thought
Blue
it's
Ranger
a
was
pretty
probably my
modern
favorite
take
out
on
of that
it.
movie.
It was.
I
It had its
liked it.
flaws. It had its flaws for me.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
I think
Krispy
that's what probably got me. I think that's what got me. And then also knowing Doom's story, where he told me what was told him about, you know, the Power Ranger movie, it kind of just put a stone in my a set stone in my head. It's like, okay, now I see it. Like, why am I
What are you
watching
referring
this? So, Doom knows. He know what I'm talking
But
about.
our audience
Those-
doesn't. So
No,
you
wait.
should
On a scale
explain
of
it.
1 to 10, would it get us into trouble for saying it?
No, it wouldn't get us in trouble. So
Wait, Doom, I want to hear from you. I need to scale it out.
No, that's like a 0.
All right.
yeah, it's a
Those are
zero.
one.
Plot.
It's just the whole plot the plot
Yeah,
is
getting
like
me
literally they get into a fight, they lose, they go
Mhm.
back, they figure it out, they come back and they win. So it's just like,
But that's every Power Ranger
Yeah,
episode.
that's-
yeah,
That's the
but-
charm of the
I
Power
know.
Rangers.
I never
They never give up.
realized
They-
it
they
until
get
he
their
told
Zoids
me
and
that,
come back.
and then I was like, bruh.
You hit the Zords
Really?
and they just come back and fuck it
And
up.
it really,
Exactly.
it just blew my mind. I was just like, man,
They get hit, they say, "Whoa!" and then sparks fly off their ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, "We can't beat the monster." And then they do some weird teamwork shit. They come back, they use like their special move to blow them up the first time. Then some ooze gets thrown on the monster because every fucking evil villain has ooze that can turn the monster into something bigger.
Mhm.
Zords, big, orgasmic light show of explosions. Boom, 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 bust on him. And he dies. And go Power Rangers. Sexual tension, and you go to the next episode.
I do want to
What?
add, not related, but that pink Power Ranger was probably one of my first crushes. That
The
was
OG?
the
The
earliest
OG
one I
Right in
remember.
the first movie?
Oh,
Yep,
Yes.
the OG
Yeah.
one of my earliest crushes.
Oh yeah.
So useless, but damn
Really?
so
It's not
fun.
Topanga?
He's so useless, but yeah.
Bro.
100%
Topanga
different.
from Boys Meets World?
Oh my God! Don't even talk about the pack. This is about to get.
Man,
This is about to be an off Rangers After Dark episode.
Beautiful.
In 5
don't get me
minutes.
started on Tommy.
Shit,
Transition.
Transition. Me next. I know. But
No, just one thing. I don't know who the blonde is in Pink in that one series. I think it's SPD or something. But yeah.
No,
stop saying it. Yeah.
nah, they all got their
Yeah.
little charm.
Yeah, they all have their individual
Yeah.
charm.
And it's just really, it's like they lose the battle, but they don't lose the war. So, you know,
They never do. It doesn't make
It's a sense-
sense.
It makes
I remember the
it
one died in the one series. The one girl actually died. That was wild. They replaced
the
her
life for this in the show.
in the show.
Oh God.
You know they were
Sure
doing
it's
some
not.
serious coke on the side of that
that was
thing.
in
Oh,
real
you
life.
had to.
One, I think it was the Yellow Ranger from
Trini,
Yeah, she got
the
Yeah.
original one.
the original one.
Yeah.
she croaked.
Oh,
Now,
RIP.
moving on, we were talking about charming. Last but not least, because we didn't say this, but this actually is our last topic. And since he missed last week, but he's back this week, I want DK Typical underscore TV.
You missed my superhero. I didn't even tell
I
you
know.
my
I'm just saying. I'm
superhero.
telling you. I want you. To
Oh,
finish
I
it
thought you
off.
were trained. I thought you were going into the next topic. Oh,
This
my
is
bad.
This is the last topic, buddy. This is it. This is it. The show's about to go off. This is
Oh,
the
the show's about to go
run.
off.
You're the
Oh,
closer.
okay.
You're Jordan.
All right,
of the
all right,
fourth.
here,
I
all right,
need
all right,
you.
here we go. So my superhero kind of growing up was the Hulk. That was my go-to dude. I don't know.
Anger issues.
It just yeah, anger issues, but that man was a savage and he was beating the shit out of everybody. That's why I just thought he was cool. That's why he was my favorite guy growing up, to be honest. Along with Superman, because I knew Superman was like top dog, but then I was like, you know what, the Hulk is also that guy too. Just just haymaking everybody left and right when he can and got angry. So
Do you still like the Hulk? Is he still your favorite?
as of recent, movies that come out that just make him look like a little girl, no, he's not. I'm gonna have to say, obviously, Black Panther was a good character and everything. I didn't really know too much about Black Panther growing up, to be honest. But I say that like what Soup says, Static Shock was a good hero. I would say he's always probably like one of the top superheroes I will always like, no matter what.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go with him, to be honest.
Well, I lied. One more question before we get out of here. This is for everybody. Do you think the fact that Hulk really didn't get that much revenge against Thanos in Endgame, do you think that kind of hurts him as a character? Because I was waiting for
Yes.
that. I was looking for Hulk to not be a.
I was waiting for
puss.
it too,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't happen, and I was like, well, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it is what it is.
I also felt like they could have waited to pull the Professor Hulk card because I feel like there was still more we wanted to explore with just the Banner struggling.
Yeah,
Hulk.
that could have been a whole movie in itself, for real.
It really could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk never got his chance to get his revenge against Thanos, and like I said, now we're in the Professor Hulk area. That the Hulk, the savagery that even DK was saying he liked when he was a kid, the savagery, the strength, all that stuff is gone. It's just
No.
Mark Ruffalo in the green makeup now. This we really
Wearing
blew past that
glasses.
point.
With skin tight fucking cardigans for some reason.
He basically became a beast.
I know. I don't know. I mean, I'll see. Do you guys think Hulk has a good future coming up in MCU movies, or is it going to be
I
one
won't
thing
be
where it's
watching.
like, because he used to be the best thing about those movies. He was literally
Mhm.
the best thing about the Avenger movies. That Hulk scene, like, he's
Yep.
something else.
There's always that one scene where he would just Go berserk and start beating the snot out of everyone.
Mm.
Just like,
Yep.
oh my
My
God.
favorite scene is when he beats Loki. That hands down.
That was
Hilarious.
funny. That was hilarious.
Hilarious.
We have a Hulk.
Still makes my
Even
toes
like in
curl. So what you about to say, Sue?
I'm sorry, I mean cut you off. Even like in Endgame, do you remember when they were starting a time heist and like I think Cap told Hawk to I don't know, go wild, something like that. He just like was like making a joke at everything, kicking a car and walking by lazy, hitting stuff. Even that pissed me off because I'm like, you know what we really want. Don't do this. Not everything has to be a joke. Don't do this. Like it's
So
the Hawk
mad.
is the Hawk is done for me. He might as well took that tumble that Black Widow did.
I know it's a sad.
Damn.
Yeah.
God
It
damn!
was
Wait a
bad.
minute. Wait a minute.
It was
Damn.
bad.
It was bad. I know.
It's not that serious.
He didn't mean it. I guess something else too. I mean, speaking about characters, they didn't do well in that movie. I didn't like Fat Thor. I didn't like Fat
I like
Thor.
Fat Thor.
I didn't.
Nah,
think-
That
I
was,
was-
fine with me.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was
but
funny.
When
It
he
was-
like suited up, he should have got like jacked again, I think.
Think about he's a Viking. Think about how they look. I imagine what it's more so they look like all that damn meat in their stomach.
I don't know, bro.
but
I think if you
thought it
fight
was funny.
24/7, you might be pretty cut.
yeah, I definitely think they definitely cut.
It
But I
just-
think just like when he suited up again and grabbed his hammer, like he should have got cut right then and there. Like instantly lost all that weight and just been jacked.
I'm about to
Cal,
say,
just teaching them that you don't have to be in shape to be a hero.
No,
I don't know
you
about you guys. Everyone except McAllister is built pretty much the same. We're all grape shaped. But it's teaching me that
You
we
are
can
not. What
also
are
be
you
a
saying?
hero.
Why are you trying to join the rest of us? You are not. Don't speak like you're one of us. In shape. You can see your toes. I want to hear from you. In shaped ass man. I don't know, bro. I'm sorry. I cut you off. Keep going.
That's all I had to say.
Really, that's all you had to say.
Oh
Fair enough.
God.
I don't know. I just thought about something else too. Thor took the hammer from 2012 Thor, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So
Yeah.
didn't he just completely screw 2012 Thor over then, basically? Because now
Did
20.
Cap take that back at the end?
He technically did take it back right at that exact
Okay.
moment.
Okay, cool. I thought 2012 Thor was just out there throwing fists at this point and just hoping he could fight people. So no, I'm glad.
Listen,
I'm
when
glad
they
we-
introduced time travel, dimension hopping, I'm
Or over
this
here,
pot's
like-
going down the trash.
Yeah.
There we go.
yeah,
There we
I-
go.
that's the thing, man. Now I worry about the MCU because it's like I don't want it to be a situation like the Lazarus Pit and in
Mm.
fucking like DC Comics where it's like no one's ever gone, you know. And
Mm.
it's, you can always bring people back in a way, just like, oh, we just grabbed another Iron Man from a different timeline.
They
you
come
know?
back,
Mm.
but
That's
they
just
come back
comics in
fucked up.
general. Comics, everybody dies and it comes back.
Nah, but I don't want to see
Yeah.
that in the movies. That's the
Yeah, I
thing.
don't see it on the big screen. I don't.
Mm.
See
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. coming back in like another 10 years and like, oh my god, Iron Man's back. He just pops out the portal and everybody going and the audience goes crazy.
In 10 years, yes, but I feel like there's so much cash grab opportunity. I feel like
Yeah.
Disney is not going to refrain from. They're not. I know they're not. Even
Yeah,
Robert Downey
Hollywood's
Jr.
gonna
is
save us
supposing in the
Stark
Black
about
Widow
10
movie.
different times, man. Come on.
How much
They
money they're
haven't even-
saving getting rid of Robert Downey Jr. right now?
As a fact.
I don't know, man. I mean, like,
But he was worth
hasn't
it.
even
He was
been
worth it.
He was, but
was.
it hasn't even been like a movie since they killed him, an Avengers movie
hasn't.
since they killed him all. Like he
It
literally
hasn't.
just died in the last one, so if he pops up in the next one,
He's gonna.
I
He's,
feel like
he's
3
already
years.
already in the Black Widow movie. Like they're not wasting any time. Like it's gonna cheapen the moment.
I mean,
Well, I
technically,
think
Iron
Black
Man's
Widow's
still alive.
prequel.
He's just
It
an AI.
is,
Yeah,
but
because she
I
dead too.
Yeah, she's also dead. But I feel like achievements, even though it's a prequel, it's still achievements at seeing him back on screen when he just died to us. Just died. I just like achievements it.
110%.
Nah,
Made me
I,
miss you.
I think they're just gonna focus on the B teams now, so that way they can expand their horizons.
The focus on scrolls a lot, which I'm not gonna lie, I do not give a damn about.
I've never cared about anything. Fantastic Four.
The scrolls, those are the enemies that the Captain Marvel ones, the shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
made them look so weak and like not really worth a damn. Because I
I
was
don't
like,
give
well,
a
Captain.
damn about them.
I don't like Captain Marvel.
Say
I don't
that
know
again,
if y'all watched the WandaVision series.
Haven't.
No, not yet.
Nope.
I'm only about 2
They
episodes now.
okay.
Uh,
Never mind.
I have McAllister. I'm only man of culture here.
I was
I
trying
can't
to.
say
We're
it.
busy. Jesus.
I know Beyond and them
geez.
are gonna watch it, so I don't want to. I don't want to
We'll
spoil.
watch it. It's just take some time.
We didn't
Jeez.
say we weren't. Good lord. You also
I'm,
watched
I'm
mean,
sorry.
you-
I assume you're saying you weren't gonna watch it. My apologies.
Hey, Soup, you also watched Redo of a Healer, all right? I know that for a fact. We both watched that show. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I brought it up on his damn show. I brought it up on the podcast. I went
Y'all
there.
He's
sick.
done.
Y'all are
He,
sick, man.
he is
Hey, in
done.
this podcast right there.
He is. If y'all saw his face right now, y'all would be geeking right now, bro. Why'd you bring that up?
Since
Why'd
we're
you
not
bring that
men
up?
of culture. Mhm.
You right?
Y'all exposed. Hey, man.
What? I watch redo of a healer. I watch B stars. Ain't no shame in my game.
Should be.
What's wrong? So I would just like to inform the audience that Soup for Thought is also about to have a cupcake accident and may not make it to next week's episode.
I hate you so much.
Dear
I hate you
Lord.
so much.
Bavarian cream fills. Why are you
Oh,
ashamed? Why
my
are you
second
ashamed?
favorite superhero would be Wolverine. Just throw that in there. and just
No,
move it
before
along
we
the top.
leave, I want to hear you.
That's
Why
everybody's
are you
favorite,
embarrassed?
regardless.
There's millions of people that watch that show. It's literally one of the most popular anime this season.
No, it's not. That's
I
true.
think Wolverine is actually pretty cool. Like he has a healing factor. He has the claws. The adamantium has always been cool, and so many characters.
Exactly,
brainstormed.
man.
Like X-23 was fantastic.
She
You got
was.
his son Draken. Deadpool got his healing factor from him, and Wolverine. I think everyone can agree. It's pretty cool, right, guys?
Yeah, overall,
Yeah.
yes,
And the
About to
movie.
say,
That was
about to
cool.
say that X-Men Origin Wolverine movie is honestly one of the best I've ever seen.
yeah.
Sorry, what?
Huh?
Hold on. What are you talking about? I don't think that movie exists.
Excuse me?
Are you referring to X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was really good, right? We all said that was great, right?
Yeah. I was making sure we're talking about the
Right.
same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good. I just wanted to make sure. Like that one he went to like Tokyo
Logan
or
was
something.
really good.
That was the Wolverine.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one too. That was
Yeah.
also really good. Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
top tier.
X-Men Origins, the one where they had the fucked up Deadpool in.
Also
Yeah.
top tier.
And
I
also
put
with
Bob
that-
Lowe
With
over
his
every
brother,
game
with
movie.
his brother, and then he had a wife. It was crazy.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that wife line.
All right, y'all. Well,
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Now, we have been the Off Rangers. I want to thank you for coming to the Off Rangers podcast. Hopefully, we have all of our members next week, but I have a gut feeling we're about to have a big argument after this show, which means you should like, share, and subscribe this video because it could be our very last. I am TDC Universe, signing off for the Off Rangers. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Deuces.
see
We're
y'all.
Rangers, and we're a little off.